Welcome back to the Deciduous channel. I'm your host, Harvey. Before we get started, I'm going to give you a brief overview of what a deciduous forest is. The deciduous forest is a biome generally located in the east of the US. The biome is also located in Canada, Europe, eastern China, North Japan, and very South Australia. These are regions located north and south of the equator. The deciduous forest is never on the equator or extreme north or south of the map. It is located only in areas with 500 to 2,000 millimeters of rainfall per year. For example, east of the US, these have 4 seasons: winter, summer, spring, and autumn. Unlike some other biomes, it typically gets between 30 to 60 inches of rainfall per year, and the average temperature is around 10 degrees Celsius. This climate is perfect for life to thrive, so the biome is one of the most productive biomes in the world. In fact, it's the world's fourth most productive biome, with a net primary production of 1,200 grams per square meter per year. Animals in the deciduous forests include the black bear, brown bear, fox, squirrel, raccoon, viper, snowy owl, and woodpecker. The deciduous forest plants have 3 levels. The outer trees which protect the forest: evergreen, deciduous oak, maple, pine, spruce, fir, birch, magnolia, sweet gum, and beech. The next layer is shrubs and small plants like dogwood leaves, fringe leaves, and ginkgo leaves. The last layer is everything on the forest floor, like wildflowers and small plants, which are used as food, shelter, and water for animals, including moss, lichen, ferns, bluebed, lilies, goldenrods, wild lilies, and primroses. Deciduous literally means to fall off. The trees and plants in the deciduous forest shed their leaves so much that the soil is extremely fertile, one of the most fertile in the world. Because of all of this, deciduous forests are primarily used for agriculture, and very few remain to this day. I'll now be showing you some footage of a temperate forest. I'll now be talking about the case study of Victoria relating to deciduous and also known as temperate forests. Victoria's temperate forests are mainly clustered in the eastern Gippsland region, with few scattered in the central highland area. However, there is also the exception of the Otway National Park located near Lorne. There are 2 types of temperate forest in Victoria: warm temperate forest and cool temperate forest. The cool temperate forests are mainly located in the South Gippsland, Central Highland, and the Otways areas. While warm temperate forests are only found in East and South Gippsland, the fauna in these regions are practically the same. Some species include the koala, kookaburra, lyrebirds, crimson rosellas, black wallaby, and samba deer. However, the flora in these regions are vastly different. In the cool temperate forests, the trees grow tall, with the forest floor covered with thickly growing ground and tree ferns. In cool temperate forests, the bases of the trees can be massive in width. Moss and lichens are plentiful. The dominant tree types are the myrtle beech or southern sassafras. In warm temperate forests, there is not much foliage on the forest floor, unlike the cool forest that has moss and ferns in the abundance. Warm temperate forests don't grow as much due to the lack of the abundance of precipitation that the cool forests get. A very common tree of the warm temperate forest region is the lily-pilly. While the warm temperate forest trees aren't as tall and wide as the cool forest ones, they have abundance of leaves and branches that are at the very top of the tree, making a canopy. I will now talk about flora and fauna. Because deciduous forests are located in temperate regions, this means that the environment causes leaves and not needles to grow there. Deciduous trees are the biggest type of trees because of the perfect environment in terms of temperature, rainfall, and animal ratio. The outside is a very tough, corky bark that can protect the tree from animals, disease, fire, and frost. This next layer is tough and springy and pulls sugary sap down from the leaves. Even in a live tree, most of the wood is dead. Underneath this is a thin living layer of sapwood. This is the layer that carries watery soak up the tree. Under this is a very strong heartwood, which is like a skeleton supporting the tree. Most plants in a deciduous forest are built this way and are very strong and live for many years, sometimes hundreds. Animals in the deciduous forests include the black bear, brown bear, fox, squirrel, raccoon, viper, snowy owl, woodpecker, wood mouse, deer, skunk, bobcat, mountain lion, elk, bassoon, wolf, coyote. Most animals either migrate, hibernate, or store food during the winter when food is scarce. Most birds migrate, as this is very easy for them. Storing food is something new that squirrels and other small animals have adopted. Larger animals will hibernate. I will now talk about the impacts of a deciduous forest. Most humans live in a temperate forest region because of how good and fertile the climate is. The environment is perfect for life to flourish, and the turnover is easy to work with and adapt to. Most deciduous forest areas are used for agriculture and are moved to make rooms for farms, villages and cities. Less than 3% of the original temperate deciduous forests remain. The pollution of large urban areas have also affected the remaining temperate deciduous forests. Domestic and industrial pollution contaminates water sources, which then contributes to the ecological and unbalance between species in the food chain. Carbon dioxide and other pollutants released in the air cause the acidification of lakes and rivers, affecting not only aquatic species but also their predators. Acid rain caused by industrial vehicle emissions damages the leaves and roots of trees and causes them to produce smaller and fewer seeds. This also reduces the tree's resistance to diseases as it breaks down the soil and roots of the trees. I will now talk about soil and land in a deciduous forest. The soil in deciduous forests is one of the most fertile and productive soils in the world. Because of the temperature and rainfall amounts, the climate is perfect for life to thrive. This means there is always a very fast turnover and life cycle for the plants and animals, about 5 to 6 months. The dead leaves that is constantly falling from the trees make the soil extremely fertile and rich with nutrients. This means that most deciduous forest areas are inhabited by humans and are often used as agricultural areas or are deforested to make ways for cities and towns. Most humans live in a temperate forest region because of how good and fertile the climate is. The environment is perfect for life to flourish and the turnover is easy to work with and adapt to. Most deciduous forest areas are used for agriculture and are mowed down to make rooms for farms, villages and cities. The natural landscape is very green, warm, full of life and wet. Thank you for watching the Deciduous channel. I hope you enjoyed this presentation completed by Harvey, Maeve, Emily and George. Thanks for watching.